Happy Inktober, everybody! Welcome to my second video on my channel. Today is Inktober day 5. I'm doing the official prompts, and today the prompt is build. For this Inktober, the whole month, it's my first time doing Inktober, trying to do it seriously. And I decided that I wanted to explore my mystic witch universe is what I've been calling it. Maybe I'll come up with a better name for it, but I posted something on Instagram recently and I just threw the words out there, mystic witch, and it kind of stuck in my head. Nobody else cares, but I do. So I decided today, I thought of a few ideas for build. Actually, I can't remember what they are at the moment, but because I did a bunch of prompts at the same time, like thumbnails. But this one, I decided that the witch would be building a fire. I originally kind of had the idea that there would be more wood involved, but since she's, a magical witch, mystical witch, she doesn't need wood for that. She can just use her own energy to build the fire up, and I kind of made it a little bit more curly than a fire would be, but I like it. I think it looks pretty neat. So anyway, I'm planning to use the same materials throughout for each day, so I can kind of have a 31 painting series pretty much. So I'm using this Dr. P.H. Martin's Bombay India ink in black, and then I'm using some Micron pens and these Faber-Castell PITT pens, which I like both of them. I don't really have I honestly don't even have a preference between the two. I just really like the thinner ones. I like the 01 and the 03. Mostly the 01. For some reason, I just really like the precision that you can get with that. So I went over the line art with probably a 01. And then I started doing ink washes with the Dr. P.H. Martin's ink, which you can see me, the video's been going on already. I just built it up with different layers. So basically what I do is you can see the little plastic container on the far right. I start out with mostly water, and then I just add one drop at a time until, I kind of just build up the color or the shade. What's a tint maybe? I don't know the word for it, but it just gets blacker and blacker over time basically. And then I just build it up gradually basically, because I'm not scared to go too dark, I guess, but I'm scared to go too dark too fast, or I don't know. I just like the process of building it up, I guess. I'm not really scared. I hear some people say that they're scared of it being too dark, but I've gotten over that fear a while ago. If it's not dark enough, then I'm scared. So that's basically what I'm doing. You can see that I try to do some textures in the background. I was thinking maybe when you can kind of see in the middle of the painting where there's some cool texture. I was thinking it kind of looked like the whole forest is on fire in the background, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't mean I came up with that during the process of actually painting with the ink, not beforehand. So that's one of the things I really like about art, is that at least for me, the way that I approach things is that I like it to be more organic. I don't like it to be super planned out. I like it to have kind of an idea of what I'm going to do. Obviously I have a sketch and line art and whatever, but with the paint, I like being able to kind of go with the flow and figure out what the paint really wants to do. Or this is ink obviously, but I'm also a watercolor painter. So I just like the water to be able to do whatever it feels like it wants to do. And I really enjoy the kind of give and take that you have with the paint, or, with water, really. It's the pigment in the water. And that's how I'm approaching these ink paintings, drawings too. So here I'm putting some texture in the fire, which I didn't look up any references for fire, so I'm not sure if it's darkest in the middle, but I think because the background is so dark, I needed some kind of contrast on like the outside. That's how I was thinking about it while I was actually painting with the ink. I keep saying painting, but is it painting if you're not using paint? I'm not sure. Ask someone smarter than me. Yeah, so anyway, so I think my goals for Inktober, there's a couple things I guess that I really wanted to work on, but I think the main thing is that I think about painting all the time. I think about art all the time, but I don't do it enough, if that makes sense. I don't actually sit down and create pieces from scratch. Whether or not these pieces are going to be good doesn't really, I mean, I want them to be good, obviously. You want things to turn out well, but just getting your ideas on paper and getting the practice in, the actual painting practice, makes a huge difference in the long run. Like, I've done, at this point while I'm doing this voiceover, I've already done 4 pieces for Inktober. I've done the first 4, obviously, since this is the 5th one. But this is actually my least favorite of all 4 of them. The one that I'm filming, obviously, maybe because I was a little bit distracted. I think that's probably what it is. Like, filming itself, like, you have to, unless you want it to look dumb. I don't know. Not dumb. I don't mean dumb. But you have to keep it at a certain angle. Like, usually when I draw, I like to move the paper around, and it just feels much more organic. So when I'm filming, and if I want it to look straight up and down, and it's easy to see on camera, basically, and it's just distracting. And there's times when I want to move it, and then it kind of breaks the flow of consciousness. Basically, it's just distracting that I can't move the paper. So I think that's probably why this one isn't one of my favorite ones, but I like the concept. So maybe after Inktober I could go back. Like, if I like most of the rest of them, maybe I could just like redo the ones that I'm not really happy with. Yeah, so maybe I will do that. Yeah, so this girl, I like the tattoo on her chest. I like tattoos, but I don't think I would personally get one. I like looking at other people's tattoos. I like looking at photos, and if I could get a temporary one that lasted like 6 months, I totally would, but I don't know if those exist. But I think back, like, I'm 29 right now, so when I was 18, like, if I had gotten a tattoo when I was 18, the things that I was interested in and then I would have gotten a tattoo of back then, now I would be like getting it removed. I'd be like, I don't want this on my body anymore. So now that now that I can like look back that far, if I get a tattoo now, like when I'm 39, am I gonna regret whatever I pick? So I'd rather just like not do it. Yeah, so, but I like drawing girls with tattoos, and I like, I guess the symbol on the top of her forehead it's not a tattoo like in the universe, but it kind of looks like it is. Not that I would want a tattoo on my face either, but whatever. Yeah, so right here I'm going in with my Faber-Castell PITT pens and the Microns. The Micron in this one is the burgundy color, which I think I kind of messed it up when I did the burgundy. Not the burgundy itself, but the way that I did the line art here. It's too thick, and like under her chin, and her eyes, I messed them up. But yeah, I can't go back and do it. I can redo it, but I can't go back and fix it. It's already too messy, I guess. That's okay. It's Inktober. It's a learning process. It's not supposed to be perfect. Yeah, so I guess I'll talk about on the screen just because I'm watching this as I'm talking. I've got some crystals on there, which is I got them. My sister I live in New York, and my sister came to visit, and we went to this store, which I can't remember the name of actually, Pearl River Mart, I think, and they just had some crystals there, and also the white sage that's also on the screen, which is kind of off the screen at this point. But they had those things, and I was like, I was feeling like I was already thinking about doing this project, and I was like, yeah, these are awesome. And I've been wanting to get some, but I don't want to buy, like, if you buy them in, like, on Amazon or something, you have to buy a bunch of them, and I don't want a bunch. So I wanted to, like, sit and pick through them, which I did at this place, this Pearl River Mart. It's like a Asian store of some sort. I don't know exactly what it is. There's a bunch of Asian stuff. Yeah, so I thought that would be really cool to see them as prompts. Or props, not prompts. I've got too much Inktober on the brain. So yeah, I think in the film I'm about to, take my white gel pen, and I just put some little details. A lot of people do this, so I don't think it's a surprise to anybody who watches this. But yeah, that's like my favorite part, is putting those little details in there. I think I overdo it a little bit. Yeah, I think I've done a few other painting. I told you I've done 4 other ones, and my favorite part about how the process that I'm following is that the contrast between the dark and the light, like the black and the white. And a couple of them I'm using a colored line art too, which I like that aspect too, but I really like having like really high contrast. Anyway, so time is about to run out, so I want to thank you so much for watching this video and listening to me ramble on. This is my first time ever doing a voiceover, so hopefully it wasn't too boring. Yeah, so I hope that everybody has a great week. I'm hoping to post another video next week, so like this video and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and happy Inktober!